We're going to do how to beat Black Blue Usopp with Katakuri, OP10. So we'll start with the deck list here. We'll start just by saying that this is the greatest Katakuri deck you will ever play, you'll ever see. And here are the main reasons why. One, we're running a super unique deck list with 43 triggers. Our only bricks are Lin and Shirahoshi. Those are the only cards we have no trigger. Everything else we're hitting a trigger, and they're all dang good ones. So that's really the goal of this deck. We're not worried about 7 cost Big Moms. We're not playing 8 cost Katakuris, 5 cost Katakuris. We're not playing 8 cost Kid. We are just going straight for the jugular. This is a pretty aggressive deck, and we have 10 cost Big Mom to finish this off for us. So first thing we'll do is we'll go through the deck list here. Shirahoshi's great blocker, especially against black. Black decks, yellow decks, purple decks sometimes have a really hard time getting rid of this card without adding a life. So almost always you can play this on 2-Don or really whenever you need her. And she's going to stick around for a long time. She's really going to help you out. Or if they want to take care of her early, you get an extra life, which in this deck is huge. You want to get as many extra life in this deck as you can. So Parasparrows, we're not running any searchers here, as you can see. So our searches are our Parasparrows. We want to be playing these, and we want to take 10 cost Big Moms. That's what we want. And if we can't take anything else, we'll take a Soul Pocus. Or another Parasparrow. So these are our searchers in this deck. So it's pretty unique, but it's a great card playing out of life. 10 cost Big Mom, I mean, this deck would not be the same without it. This is a pivotal card in this deck. Can win you a game. 2K blocker. This guy, I mean, speaks for itself. Hitting this out of life is a game changer, especially when you're moving it to the bottom, helping you out later. Otherwise, in your hand, it's a great 2K, so great card. Satori, pivotal, every yellow deck, 2K counter, plays out of life, great card. Onami is a great 3-Don play for us, where we can go Onami and 7K life banish. So it can also be a pretty good 4-Don play. So it's a great card. Now, the game changer in this deck, this is what you want to play on your 4-Don, 6-Don, 8-Don, 9-Don turn. You want to play Kikus, and you want to play Basils. I mean, it doesn't get better than when your opponent sees your board and you just have Parasparrows, Kikus, and Basils, and they just can't get rid of them because they don't want to deal with the consequences. So they're pivotal against Blackbeard. He has to black hole you. Blue decks, they have to send it back into your hand or they have to bottom deck. So it puts a lot of pressure on clearing, and it just helps you get to that 10 cost Big Mom, which is going to help you game them. And when you're just continuously putting 7,000 on a leader, 7,000 on a leader, they're going to end up taking a lot of life. So it's going to be good. The Frankies are obviously a great 2K. We love to see them at the bottom of our deck. We're running 4 of them here. For the extra 2K, and the trigger is a great trigger if you can get it at the bottom 2 of your life, which almost every time we're going to be able to with this unique strategy. Here we go. So moving on to that, while we're on that topic, Flaming Dragon King is kind of the tech event that we're running here. Basically, this is your greatest 2-Don play you'll ever play. You will pass on 2-Don if you have this card. You will counter out every time because your opponent is not going to think you have this card. They're going to just assume you had no 2-Don play, and you will play this. You'll counter out of any attack, even if they put 8,000 on their leader. You're going to counter out, and then bang. Look at all 5 of your life cards and rearrange it, which in Katakuri is incredible. And then you can spend the rest of the game just organizing their life, which is a crazy advantage. Obviously, you're the one who should disappear. This is going to go at the bottom of our life every time. We love seeing one of these cards in our life. It's a great card, and it's 3K counter in our hand. Damn Punk, OP10 event. This is a great card. Helps us reorganize our life for a second time if we want to. If we're not seeing the Flaming Dragon Kings or anything like that. Or if we just want to go 5,000 leader because maybe we have kind of an awkward play. It's a great trigger that helps us get more cards in our hand. Because more often than not, late game, we're going to be pretty low on cards. So this is a nice card to hit. And a KSO 5 or less, which is always good to have. And this Soul Pocus. We are running this just to hit it out of life. If you hit this out of life, it is game. I mean, this card is great. It's a 7 cost Big Mom ability. Give your opponent the idea to trash a life or put 1 card in our life, which is the whole idea of this deck. I mean, you can take your life away or you can give us one, and you do not want to give us a life. So that's how this deck plays. So let's get into it, guys. You know, why waste any time here? Let's find Usopp to play. Here we go, guys. Take us a little bit. All right, so we're looking at the starting hand. This isn't a horrible starting hand. We can make it work. We have a 3-Don play. Let's see. He chose to go first, so we're gonna go 2. We're going evens here, so we're not really gonna have a 1 or 2-Don play unless we draw a good card here. We got 2 2Ks, which is nice. A Frankie, 2 Frankies. We love seeing Basil, and we love seeing a 10 cost Linlin, as 10 cost Linlins are a little slightly more difficult than usual to find in our deck, just because we're not running your pivotal, or not pivotal, your typical putting searchers. We're probably going to pass this in hopes that we get a little bit more variety, hopefully getting a quicker 2-don play. So, not much better, but Nami plays fine on our deck, KO 5 or less, so we're actually going to like that. And having 2 Kikus in our hand, we are super happy to see that, so. We are going to pass here, but that's not too bad for us. So, going up against Black-Blue Usopp here, he's got his stage out, he's got his Rebecca Searcher out, so we're already not in a great spot. He's already playing a little bit ahead of us here, but luckily for us, Katakuri is great from the beginning to middle stages of the game. So we'll probably just try and counter out here, whatever he shoots at us. Alright, we're going to get 2K here. And we'll carry on. 4 down, we're probably going to play... This is an awkward thing for us here. I'm sure Hoshi gives us a little bit more variety. So, the even curve is a little bit weird for us. We do really want to try and go first, so we can play the Kikus and the Basils for 4 and put 7,000 on a leader. In this scenario, we're not going to swing 5,000 later and play Kiku. Even though we do want to get Kiku out on the board, we need to just keep taking away his life here, especially Usopp. He's just always going to be drawing cards. It's going to be difficult to take life from him, so when we have an opportunity to take life and look at our own life, absolutely have to. So we're going to play Shirahoshi for 2 here. We'll go 8,000 later, look at our life. We need more cards in our hands, so we're going to keep that on top. We'll take that trigger. We have Nami, so I'm not too worried about KOing 5 or less right now. We'll get Shirahoshi out there. So, you know, the one weakness with Shirahoshi, or not really a weakness of her, I mean, she's a great 2-down play. But her weakness would be, you know, typical blue decks where they can just send them straight to your hand or back or bottom deck your hand as well. So it's never great. But this next play, we're probably going to throw a Nami down and get rid of this Cavendish. His ability is just really good. It's our trigger card here at the top of our life, so we'll see what he does here. We'll go 7,000. We're gonna take this. Yeah, we're gonna take this life for sure. We got 2K, which is nice. We're probably gonna get rid of this 3,000 counter. I don't know. He's about to go 6,000 at us, so we'll counter that out with our Satori. But one of these Kikus and these Namis could prove to be helpful for us if he throws out another Cavendish down the line. So 6 Dawn here, we're definitely thinking we're going to put something on our leader, of course. We're probably going to go Nami, KO Cavendish, 7,000 lead. So we're actually going to go 7,000 lead here first. Hopefully he takes a life. But would understand if he doesn't. Look at ours, Satori, leave that on top. We love seeing those. So just give us a 2 and a 1. So that's the greatest advantage with Katakuri here, guys, is that what was he doing? That we get a hit for 7,000 with 1 Dawn, and that is such an advantage because they either have to take the life or they have to discard 2 cards or use a blocker, and that is just so huge. It's not as amazing into blue, but just because they're always drawing so many cards, but it's definitely something that we should keep track of. But we're gonna play this Nami. We're gonna trash. Need those 2 keys in our hand. We're probably not really wanting to play any more Namis this game, so we're gonna get rid of Nami. We want to play Kikus on our 8 curve here, and we're gonna get Cavendish out of here. So this is good, efficient turn for us. We're feeling pretty good here. We're probably gonna see a Rebecca or something similar here coming up. Would be my guess. Yep. Man, that card is good, guys. That card is dang good. So he just gave us our Nami back to our hand, which is fine. You know, we could always, you know, run him back. So 5,000 here. So, yep, we're going to counter out this for sure. We might want to throw a Nami down here. Not too worried about necessarily clearing at this point. We'll probably use our leader to attack this Sabo here. But we really want to don't want to take life for 5,000 here, so we're definitely getting that out there. So for you guys who don't know, Rebecca is one of the best cards in OP10, probably the best card in this Usopp deck. If there's an 8 or greater in play, draw a card, which in this scenario it didn't even matter, but reveal up to 2 7 or lower type characters and play them from your hand, one of them active and the other one rested. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's another Gecko Moria. So here we can swing 5,000 because we don't. We already know what our top card is, so he didn't attack, which is a little interesting in my opinion. But we're about to throw some Kikus out here, so we're gonna put some pressure on him, see what he does, and he knows 10 cost Big Mom's coming. So if I'm him, I'm pretty stressed out here. See if he counters out. If he's smart, he will, because we're gonna take some damage here next turn. So we gotta be ready. Maybe we'll see another Kairos come out. We'll see how he chooses to deal with these Kikus. But this really puts him in a tough situation here because he's got to send it back to our hand, or we're gonna swing 6,000 at him, or he's gonna have to kill us after we swing and give us a life, which in this deck you never want to do. So his board looks really strong. Like, we're looking at his board, and yeah, we see this Luffy that, for those of you who don't know, can attack the active characters, and he gets rushed with the stage, so he's a pretty broken card. Again, here we're not going to take 5,000 here, we'll give him 2k. I typically like to discard the Capones first, or typically last, because you don't want to disclose to your opponent that you're using 2Ks as counter, because then you're less likely to have it in your life. But here in this scenario, I'm throwing it out first just because I want him to almost think we don't have any more 2Ks, but we do. Because realistically, most Katakuri players are going to use that Capone as their last 2K. Just an extra thought. Another 5,000 here, so we're not taking this one as Satori yet. We'll always got one more. Might put it on leader. We'll take this one, throw Satori out, get rid of Hocus Pocus. We're almost never gonna play that card out of her hand. Let's see what he's thinking here. I mean, if I'm him, I'm like, crap, I need to get a blocker out or something, because he's in trouble here now too, especially that we're about to play 10 cost Big Mom and then we're gonna have 4 swingers. So yeah, he's wanting to get rid of that card. Makes sense. We could think about taking a Shirahoshi here. We actually might be able to game him. Probably not with a 6,000. Let's see. Let's think for a second, guys. He'll just send this Kairos at him next. And he still got Usopp, so we probably are going to have to take this. But that's fine. We don't need to spend extra cards or lose a Shirahoshi just yet. We don't know our life here. And with 3 life, we would like to probably survive another turn. Could we take the Shirahoshi here? He's still going to attack with Usopp, which we'll be able to counter out of. Yeah, we will, because just in case this top card is used to disappear or Capone, we want to put that on bottom, or Frankie. We want to put it on bottom, so we are going to take this out and then counter out of this next attack he's about to throw at us. What is happening? Oh, I see. He just reactivated. Alright, well, we will throw a 2k down here because we want the Kikus to stay alive for now. We want the extra swing, so we'll take this hit. There's that Capone, see, that's what we didn't want. So that was a misplay by me. I forgot that he can reactivate this guy. But that's alright. We adapt, we overcome. We're at 10 Dawn. Obviously, there's only one thing to do here. We want to get this. I want to get just one. If we can get one card off his board, honestly, that'll be good. We'll have 3 life here. We'll make another round. I'm confident. Make him lose some cards here. Okay. We'll go another 6,000 into her. If he wants to save her that bad, he can play next turn with 0 cards. That's completely fine with us. Yeah, so he's gonna take it, draw a card with his ability. 10 cost Big Mom. And we are gonna want to see this next one is here. Alright, so we give him extra 2k. And pass and we hope for the best. Won't get to see what that card is, but knowing Katakuri, guys, sometimes you gotta roll slots, and that's what yellow is all about. So here, he's in a tough situation, you know, does he want to clear? He basically has to go for game here, is what he's probably thinking. He's gonna have to clear my Kikas, which is gonna give me an extra life, which would just suck. He's able to trash one of those. So we get an extra life there. So yeah, he's really wanting to clear. We're gonna make it tough for him, guys. We do not want to make this easy for him. You can keep going into her if you want. We want the swingers, because if we have the opportunity to game him next turn, that's what we're gonna do. We're not even worried about keeping any cards. The less cards we can have him attack our life, the better. We want more life in our hand. I mean, he has given us everything he's got, and now we're back to 5 life, guys. So we're in a great spot. I mean, his board is full, but we're not worried about it. And look at this. We're not gonna take the trigger here, but this is actually a great card for us. We can leave with 2 Dawn next turn. Can't counter out here. We'll take that one. These are tough cards to see. These are tough cards to see at the top of our life there. Do we want to give a 3 here? No, we want. Hopefully we can get another swinger off the top. Nope, sure, she's good too though. So we can counter out of a lot here on this next turn if we want. Flame Dragon King is Sheer Hoshi. We'll take a life and be able to get a 3k out of it. He's got no blockers. So actually, guys, I think we can just game him here. I mean, I don't know what else. Yeah, I mean, not like he can do anything here. I'll take this life. I'll draw a card. Or no, he won't yet. Yeah, so he's toast. That's how it's done, guys. We'll run one more back here. And we're gonna, let's see, are we going? He's going first, we're going second. So we're gonna have a good 4-down play with Paraspare out there. Hopefully draw another 10-cost Lin. We have a 2k. We're going to take this hand because I think we're going to be able to start off the game hot here. We're not going to have a 2-down play unless we draw something pretty decent. Unless we draw a Sheer Hoshi or a 2-Flame Dragon King. But our 4-down is going to be good and so on. Because I just have faith, guys. This is a good enough hand where we're not going to mulligan here. We got what we're looking for. We have a 10-cost Lin. Paraspare to help us get another one. We have a 2k. We don't love to see Yusha disappears in our hand just because we know we're less likely to see them in our life. But we're not gonna complain here. This isn't a bad hand. We'll keep it against Usopp. So he's got King Kong here. So guys, this is a pretty broken card to put on the 7-cost Luffy here. As you can see, for 3 Dawn, you can give plus 6,000 if you have 15 or more cards in your trash, and they gain double attack. So basically what they'll do is they'll put it on the Luffy, and you can give him double attack, and you can reset him. So you can attack with that 7-drop Luffy twice. So he has double attack twice. So guys, we do not want to deal with that. We want to get a blocker out there if we can. We would love to draw Sheer Hoshi. We don't have any turn here, which does stink. But sometimes it is what it is. You're not always going to have a play 2 Dawn. But we're not worried about that. You know, typically Katakuri will want to go odd. Our curves are much nicer. But here with our hand here, we actually have a really good even hand curve. We can play Nami for 5, clear, put 7,000 on leader. We can play Paraspare for 3, 7,000 leader. We have this banish Nami in our pocket if we want. And here is actually an interesting thing here. We're definitely going to counter out here, guys, with our 3k. That's just because you always want to see your life, guys. You want to see every single life card you have in this deck, because just like last game, like you saw, we top decked, we top lifed Capone. You should disappear. We never want to do that. So it's not even worth the risk here. We're going to get rid of 2 cards, and it's probably going to be Onami and you should disappear here. As much as I do like this Onami, and I think she can play really nice for us, we're going to get rid of 2 cards here and counter out. That's how pivotal seeing our life is. We're willing to get rid of 2 cards early on here. And we weren't really planning on playing this Nami, at least next turn or the turn after that, so I find it unlikely we'll end up using her. We'd probably just end up countering out with her anyway. Really bad card to draw there, and much less likely to see that in our life, so that's tough to see. But we pivot, we attack with leader first, because we don't want to deal with any shenanigans out of life. So we see a Basil here. We'll put it on top. We might pick this up. But we probably are going to take the trigger here. Draw 2, trash 1. He's going to take the life. We'll put Paris Bear for 3. See what he does. So guys, the key to beating Usopp here is, with this Katakuri deck, is you just win. What I mean, and how you do that is getting these Paris Sparrows, Kikus, and Hawkins out. And you just survive, you counter out of life, you really want to see every single life card, and you just play out of your life. Katakuri is all about reacting and changing your game plan, and that's why Katakuri is so fun to play, because every game play is so different, because it revolves around your life. Now we haven't had any games here where we get to play our Flame Dragon King, which is a great hand, a great card in our hand early on. So we really get to gameplay the whole game in front of us, but this will end up being just fine. He gets the blocker out here and a one-leg soldier, so we're feeling pretty good. This isn't a super strong play from him. Throw a 2K out here. Don't need to see that card just yet. 6 down. Look at his life on this turn here. Well, we drew a Basil, so that's good. We're not really worrying about clearing any of these guys. If he wants to let this blocker die when we attack, then that's fine by us. We're gonna go 6,000, which is an odd swing, but we'll let him use 2K or take that blocker away just for the chance. Maybe he'll take the blocker. Probably not. Wow, he took the hit, so that's great for us. We wanted to take the hit. When 10 cost Big Mom's coming, that other life he's got is gonna get deleted quick, so we're actually really happy with that. Here he's probably gonna, I mean, he's either gonna counter out or we'll put that on the bottom. Just we want him to see that card last. Don't want to deal with that right now. Might take the blocker, counter out. Okay, cool. So we got rid of the blocker. That's what we want. We'll get a Basil out here, so putting a little bit of pressure on him. Make some decisions here. He's probably gonna have to get rid of this Paris Sparrow this turn, which is good. Yep, Becca, Luffy, Sabo. Yeah, pretty typical here. So this is an intimidating board, guys, but we're actually really in a good spot here. Especially if we draw 10 cost Big Mom here, which we do. Which is exactly what we want. He wants to attack this Basil here, so trash life. We're totally okay with that, guys. We're not gonna counter out. That's why we play it. We do have some Big Moms coming, but we're not too worried about it. We'll let him trash this. And that's another Luffy, so that's good for us. And the biggest advantage, guys, is people don't know how to play Katakuri. I mean, this guy hasn't even touched our life yet. Like, he hasn't even seen what this deck is about. Like, we're looking at their board, and he's got a full board. And I feel like I'm ahead right now. He thinks he's ahead. He's about to just sweep me. But we're ahead in this deck, and he doesn't know it. So we're in a good spot. And we know we're going to have some cards in our hand when he does attack life here pretty soon. So here we're probably going to try and get rid of some stuff. We're going to get rid of... Probably try to get rid of... Red 8 Dawn. Kiku could be nice to get out there. And then put another 4 on leader. Go 10,000 at Luffy here. See what he does. He might throw 2Ks on us. Let's do that first. We know our life here. We're still going to keep it on top. Let's see what he does. 2Ks would be fine with us. We're not really even too worried about him swinging into us. He's got... Okay, so yeah, we got rid of him. So that's great for us. And we're going to play Kiku for 4. We're really not too worried about his board at all. I mean, he's got to throw a bunch of Dawn on Rebecca or Sabo or Usopp to really have a significant impact into us. And so he bottom decks Kiku, which is fine. That's what he has to do. And it costs 6 Dawn for him to do that, so we're making him use an extremely inefficient turn. And he's having to put 2 down on Rebecca, which is fine with us. We'll use this trigger. Flame Dragon King is a great card for us to have. But right now, at this point in the game, we don't need it. But it could be good to have plus 4,000 counter, so we're definitely gonna keep it. We're gonna get rid of Nami here. We're not interested in clearing it. We're interested in 10 cost Big Mom, so that's gonna be good for us. 6,000. I mean, yeah, we're gonna counter out here. That's why we got 2K. Let's get that going. 1,000. We'll take this one. And guys, this is what our deck's all about. We got another Kiku on board. He's just got to eat it, and she can attack. I mean, we're going to put some serious pressure on him. We're going to delete this life, add another life to our own. First thing we'll do, we'll tag with both of our guys here. Tag with Kiku just so we don't deal with any funny business out of life. We're probably going to clear because we're about to trash this life anyway, so no point in playing that. If he lets us kill this Rebecca, then even better. Or we just get some cards out of his hand, which is just as good. I mean, we're straight bricked in our hand here, so we're not countering out of a lot. We'll see if we can get rid of the Sabo. If not, whatever. He's definitely going to counter out here if he's even somewhat intelligent. Let's see what he's thinking. He's thinking a lot. I mean, so he takes it. He must be bricked or something in his hand. I mean, this guy is, yeah, I mean, he's toast. So we never worry, guys. We have a pretty good matchup into him. It's all about just playing our game and making our life hard to hit. And when he earns the right to hit our life, he's got to suffer the consequences of hitting our life because our life is way better than his and better than any other decks in the game. Alright guys, we finally found one. Alright, so looking at starting in here, this isn't horrible. We'll have a 2-Dawn play. He's going first, obviously. We'll play Shirahoshi for 2. We got 2 2Ks here. We have a KO 5 or less, which this is going to be pretty good. We really want to find 10 cost Big Mom. Paris Bears would be nice. We're gonna take this mulligan here, guys, just because I think we can do a little bit better. This isn't bad though. I probably should take this hand, but I want to Flame Dragon King to show you guys what it can do. So we're gonna hope for the best here. This is actually better. We will take this all day. We want a Paris Bear on an even curve, so this is good. And still 2 more 2Ks, so we're gonna just buy here. Plays Rebecca for 1, pretty typical. Your typical searcher here. So this is good for us. We do have a 2-Dawn play, which is just gonna be Shirahoshi. Let's just get her out there. We like drawing a Nami here when we have a Soul Pocus. So we have the removal in our hand, we have the counter in our hand, and we do have a nice 4-Dawn play here with the Paris Barrel 7,000 liters. So we're set up for success here early on. It's just gonna go a little 5,000 at us. We're definitely not taking that. We'll throw Satori away. And I know some of you guys, you might not love throwing a 7,000 out of 5,000. He's gonna, he's probably gonna be thinking, oh, he doesn't have any 1Ks. But guys, 1Ks are typically the cards you want to play. It might not be as efficient as countering out of a 6,000, but guys, that's why you have the 2Ks in your deck, is to counter out of attacks. So wow, he attacks 5,000 with Rebecca, so he has no better play. So that's fine with us. We're still going to counter out because we haven't seen our life yet, and we are not letting him take a free life from us. I'm totally okay with playing with less cards in my hand. First thing we'll do is we'll go 7,000. Not worried about this Rebecca. If he wants to keep putting 3 down on her to attack every turn, that's fine with us. Shirahoshi on top. We're going to leave it there. No big deal. So in our head, we're thinking, maybe we could have taken that card out of her life and it would have been fine, but at the end of the day, we can take an extra swing. We know we're going to Shirahoshi, which is going to be a great card for us down the line anyway, and we couldn't take the risk. It is not worth the risk in Katakuri. Katakuri is a risky deck if you play it that way, and we don't want to play that way. We want to play as consistently with Katakuri as we can, and this is how you do it. So we're gonna Pair out there. Hopefully he helps us find that Big Mom. Big Mom is what's gonna help us finish this game up here. But we're doing good here. He's got a lot of cards in hand, so see what he does. He's gonna give us. Yeah, I mean, we're going to take this one, obviously, with the Shirahoshi. See what he does. He still doesn't have that stage up, which is good for us. He's got a lot of cards, but he doesn't have that stage. Which is big time. He's got a Cavendish out there, which we're just going to delete here. And then put 7,000 leads, so we'll start with that. Well, actually, we'll not start with that. We'll start with Parasparrow. Always, there's an order to this, guys. We don't want to get anything KO'd out of life. Even though I don't think he runs anything in this deck that can KO out of life, it's the principle, guys. Practice good habits here. Yeah, for example, if we attacked with leader and for whatever reason he was playing a finger pistol or just anything, like I bid 500 million or any black card or blue card that can KO out of life, that would suck if Parasparrow just got deleted without even getting a swing out of him. So there we go. We got him to throw a 1k down, so that's good for us. Now we will go 7,000 life. Look at ours. We got Nami on top, so we know we're going to KO 5 or less if we discard trigger. It's a good. This is a great card for us. So this kind of gives us the opportunity to play Basil here, since we know we're going to get this KO next turn anyway. But guys, I mean, we don't even. He's going to play something that we can KO anyway. And we can choose when we take this life. We have a Shirahoshi out on board. We're not stressing. We're keeping this here, and we're still going to play Nami and KO's Cavendish right now anyway, because we don't want him to get a swing and get this draw 2 trash 1 ability, because he wants that stage really badly. So we're going to keep it on top. Hopefully he discards 2 cards here. Yep, 2 2Ks. So that's great for us. We love seeing that. And then we'll play this Nami. We're going to get rid of this Soul Pocus, and we're going to KO Cavendish here. Draw a card since we're at 3 or less cards. So that's an extremely efficient play for us, guys. We are obviously ahead in this. This feels like it's going to be kind of smooth sailing from here on. We still have 2k in our hand. We have 2 Basils that we can play next turn for 8 Don if we want. We could do Basil for 4, Shirahoshi for 2. We could put 8,000 on our leader, which is probably going to take that life. We'll swing 5,000 with Nami. This Parasparrow here, we're going to take this. We want to see our Big Mom here, so. And there she is. There she is, guys, and that's what these Parasparrows are all about. The one weakness in this deck, guys, is we're typically only seeing 30 to 40% of our deck. I mean, this is pretty typical here to be drawn on the 8 Don, and we have 35 cards still in our deck, where he's actually in a pretty similar spot. So not great for him. Wow, so we have a lot of cards in our hand. We're not used to having this many. So this guy's in trouble, man. We got every card in our deck that we could want to have. I mean, we still haven't played this Nami out. The Nami that we have in life is we're gonna use a KO Cavendish. So we're probably just gonna swing 5,000 twice with Nami and Katakuri, and then we're gonna go, I think Basil here. Or maybe we could go Basil Shirahoshi. You put it back in our hand. Basil Shirahoshi. No, we're not too worried about that. Or the Shirahoshis would be nice to keep on the board with the 10 cost Linlin out there. So there are a couple different things we can do here, but first let's just see what he does. So let's get our 2 swings out. We're not worried about looking at life because again we already know what's on top. We might play the Shirahoshis because we want to be able to see that next card. We'll make it really hard for him to swing into us. Let's see if he takes this. Yeah, so that's great for us. If he takes a 5,000 hit, that's great. I mean, we might just put some pressure on. We got lots of life. We're not too worried about it here. The Shirahoshis we can always get out later. But actually, let's kind of take a step back. Let's start to play control Katakuri here, and I think that's the move here. Is 2 Basils, 2 Shirahoshis. Get a little bit wide on them and just give him a headache, man. I mean, this is just something to think through. You know, he's really gonna have to think about what he's gonna do here. We are gonna make it a little bit difficult if we can. Let's get this Satori out. I mean, we want to make it hard on him to KO this Nami. Definitely. So let's see what he's thinking here. 5,000 to 5,000. Nah, bro. Gotta have to try harder than that. We would love for him to attack our life before he attacks with his Cavendish. Too late. Let him draw 2 trash 1. And we keep countering out. We want to hit our life once. We're playing 10 cost Big Mom here. I mean, let's... yeah, we'll let him take this and attack with Kairos, and then we'll get rid of this Cavendish. Is what I'm thinking. Or do we get rid of a Shirahoshi for the extra swing with the Nami? Could be valuable. Yeah, let's do that. Or I guess if we're just gonna do that, then we would just want to kick counter with our Basil. So let's think for a second here. We want him to attack life once. He'll just attack Nami again if we counter out here. We have 10 cost Big Mom, so we have another life coming. No need to rush the process here. We're gonna take care of this guy. So yeah, we'll take this. Let's not overthink it. Let him hit life. If he passes it back to us, that's fine too. He's probably hoping we get rid of Shirahoshi, which we won't. He's got a lot of Dawn here, so there's some things he can do. Yep, so this is good for us. Obviously, we couldn't get rid of that Basil because we needed that Nami, bro. Come on. That would have been brain fart on us. We need that trigger. So that's the right decision there. He's obviously not feeling great. He's got 7 in there, so he's probably got Luffy coming out that he can attack with, but he sees 2 Shirahoshis, so he's, you know, he's just crying on the inside. Maybe he's got another Rebecca. No. He attacks with the Searcher again. Obviously, we're not letting that slide. I want to keep those Shirahoshis out for this 10 cost Big Mom. We got another Cavendish out there. So let's not overthink this one, guys. I mean, we'll go 5,000 twice. Well, 4 life. I mean, we'll survive anything here. We're not even worried about getting rid of his stuff because when he attacks out of life, when he attacks our life, we'll probably get more cards on the board, more swingers out. So let's just have him get rid of some cards here. Get our 10 cost Big Mom and carry on with our game. And that's the clutch one. That's a clutch one, guys. Just trash Gum Gun Red Rock, which would suck in a Shirahoshi bottom decked. Or a Basil or anybody. So that's big time for us. No need to overthink it here, guys. We're playing our game. And we're just letting him just deal with the consequences. So he's going to delete our Big Mom, which is fine. Whatever. He's going to get rid of Basil, trash this other life. That's fine. We got 3 swingers on the board for Shirahoshi. I'll go 5-5 Shirahoshi. 5-5-5. Can he counter out 3 times? I don't know. Let's see who does. It's life again. We're probably going to hopefully get a card out. We have a crap ton to play these cards. We're playing against the Thinker here. he goes shit. Yeah, man. So this guy's obviously not very intellectual. Just gonna hit him with the GGs because that's what it is. I mean, this guy's toast. If he doesn't have a blocker, I mean, we're just gonna... Doesn't even matter. We're just gonna put everything on leader. He's gonna play a blocker out there if he's smart. But we want life, things to come out of our life here. We want to play cards. We're not hitting him. We're gonna take this one too. Take an extra swing. Wow, I mean, what is our life? Not good. There's that. Finally, we got what we're looking for, and we'll game him here. So No need to overthink this. This is as if he's got 3 2Ks. 7, 9, 11. 7, 9, 11. And this just should be game anyway. Yeah. So guys, that's how you do it, man. That's how you play against Usopp, black, blue Usopp with Katakuri. And again, like as you see, like we're not even always hitting the most efficient curves that we necessarily want against this deck, but man, we just find a way. It's all about reacting and manipulating your life to your advantage, and just really making him earn every hit, getting those Kikus and Basils out just to make his life, and those sheer Hoshis and Parasparrows out, man, just to make him think. Our biggest advantage is that our opponent always has to guess what our life is, and they always have to gamble and take risks hitting our life, and we want to make them earn every single one. So that's what this deck's all about. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Dark Horse TCG out.